Hello, good afternoon. This is Mary Lou Foster, and I am a independent Stampin' Up demonstrator in Texas. And it's been a little bit since I have done a video, but I've got some cards stacked up, and I'm like, I need to get them cleared out of my crafting area. So I thought, well, I'll do some videos and show you guys these really pretty cards that we've been making in class. This one, bless its heart, it's been to class. You know, bless its heart, that's a real Texas or a Southern thing. It might have some extra ink on it, but that's what happens. Isn't that pretty? I didn't set up all the stamps to do the inside. Steal them back sometimes because I need them for other classes. So today I'm going to be using the Lovely Arrangements bundle, actually kind of the suite of products. The bundle, the stamp set, Lovely Arrangements, has the pretty flowers. There's one that's open face and one that's kind of tilted up and leaves and some pretty sentiments for the outside. And the dies, you have probably seen a lot of makers using these demonstrators. That set of dies that cuts these circles can be used for so many things. It's got this really nice label die set. So we're going to be using some of those pieces. And the Blossoms designer, Lovely Blossoms designer series paper. It's a 12 by 12 paper. I don't have a display board made up, but I can show you some of the pieces because I have them, all kinds of pieces in here. Let's see what else I have. It's got this nice Secret C. On the other side has the crumb cake. And we're going to be using the one with the flowers and the petal pink. Let's see, what else do we have? Got lots of those pieces. It actually, on the other side, has the nice old olive. And there's a piece that has, I don't know exactly what kind of flowers those are, but cloud cover. And then the other side is a petal pink that is kind of an ombre. Let's put it back. I'll get a display board made. It's a whole lot easier. Crumb cake, cloud cover, old olive, petal pink, and Secret C. Did you know that on our papers, our designer series papers and our specialty papers on the back, there's usually a list of coordinating colors. So that makes it really easy to make cards with. Our Stampin' Up has done the work. So I have extra kits left over from class. I don't guess I really have to tell you that. But if this is a card that you would like, I will be happy to send you a kit with your $25 online order. That'll be my thank you to you. So this is a standard 5.5 by 8.5, scored at 4 1/4. It's a top fold card. What else do I need to tell you? I'll talk about the embellishments when I get there. I will put the link to my blog when I get finished, because that's how you're going to get your cutting instructions. If you already have this paper and you just want to make the card, all you need are the cutting instructions. So we just jumped right in with this card. Sometimes I get a little ahead of myself. So what I'm going to look at is where the flowers kind of end up, because you can see we're going to put our label over part of them. So I want some of them to show. And the way this is cut, there's just a little bit of a mat at the top and the bottom. And it's the 5.5 inches because it's going to go all the way across the front of the card. And that may be off just a little bit. We're going to go with it. So I always caution the ladies who come to my class to take a minute and kind of look at the layout of the card, like if there's ribbon tied around it before you layer the pieces on the front, you need to notice that. This one does not do that. So I'm safe in just layering. And what I'll do is I'll take my scissors. I don't like it when there's just this little bit. And sometimes it depends on if you're on the short side of the cutting line or the long side of the cutting line. You'll get that. All right, so can you see the detail? You can on this petal pink piece. We are going to stamp in petal pink some of those flowers. It just adds a detail to it. All right, come on, open up. Open, open. And I probably should put, sorry, it's a little messy. I was playing with the blending brushes. And there's really no rhyme or reason to how you stamp this. Just adding some texture to it, some visual interest. And slide that right there. A lot of it will be covered up. You won't really see it. And I gotta clean this because I'm going to be using it on the secret seam. So that's all I'm going to do with that piece. We'll set that one aside. Now I'm going to stamp this flower in Secret C and the leaves in Secret C. So those leaves were a bit challenging because mine ended up not really having much detail on the veins because my Secret C ink pad is so inky. It's been used a lot. That's going to be a lot better since this card was made. So now I'll have the details. There's that one spot that didn't get inked real great. And I think what I want to do for this one, I always try to do things differently, but I'm going to use a blending brush and I'm going to use, well, a blender pen to color it. I'm not going to pick up extra color from the pad. I'm just going to pull some color, and this is really dry. I may have to try a different one because that ink stays, wet is not the word for what it does, but easy enough to pick up. Let me see. I'm not liking the way. I don't want my paper to disintegrate on me. That's not working real great either. Alrighty. Let me see. I have water in. Yep. It's too big. These are the water painters. And I only have water in that great old big guy. Oh, no, I have water in this one. Let's try this one. So if you squeeze it, that'll bring the water down into the brush. This is called working without a net. There we go. Because I want my brush to be wet. So I can pull that color and just kind of color. And I might have to resort to the pad to get some more. Why don't we do that? So there are a couple of ways to do it. This one already has some ink squeezed into it. I don't want it to be real dark. It's just kind of a shabby chic sort of look. And I have just a little bit of blue in my brush, and so it is now activating the ink in the lines on this stamp. The only thing about water on our regular basic white is it will cause it to separate and kind of, it's called peel, P-I-L-L. And I'm going to do just some gentle, I'm not going to go all the way to the middle. So that's just kind of a different look. Instead of just pure white, I just thought, let's do something different. Now we're going to use our dies to die cut. This one is pretty easy to get set up. The dies have that little hole right there, and that hole serves two purposes. One, it helps me see where the stem is, so I know I'm centered over. And two, if my cardstock gets stuck, I've got a way to use a pokey tool, or U-pick tool, or I always call it U-pick. I don't call it the right thing, sorry, to poke it out. And there is one flower petal that's a big square petal. And that's kind of what I use as my marker to know where to lay this die. I'm one of those people that I want it to face the right direction. I don't like close enough isn't close enough for me. I have ladies that are like, whatever. And I'm like, no, we got to get that lined up. All right, I'm going to bring my mini Stampin' Cup boss machine because my piece of paper is small enough to fit on this platform. Lay that up. Get the top piece. And you hinge it like I put the front in first, and then I'll lay it down towards the back. That keeps the dies from shifting. But you may have noticed I used washi tape to hold my dies in place. It's just second nature. I do it and I forget to explain that I'm doing it. Let's see what we got. The washi tape, as you can tell, this is very well used. And you just pull it off real gently. You don't want to get too aggressive. Like if you just kind of gently pull it, just see, because my paper was still wet, it pulled off some. Put that on the magnet, that in the trash. And that is pretty good. A little bit more white around the edge than. All right, now we are going to, and you can do this one of two ways. Let's see here. Kind of like the way that looks. And I know leaves aren't really blue in the real world, but this is art. So I actually have my square on my sample card on dimensionals. So let's do that part first. And I'm one of those. I like these because I don't mind peeling off the release paper, is what it's called, that exposes the sticky. But you do have to be careful because when it's stuck, it's stuck. So just kind of eye it up. And then I just did this flat because I don't like a whole bunch of dimensional, and then I've got embellishments. So we're going to stick with the flat. Not sure I'm a big fan of the blue after all, but sometimes you don't know till you try. And yeah, I'll be able to lift that up. So I need some adhesive. I'm just using my Stampin' Seal. Pull pull that up with my finger. I don't want it to hang too far off my card over on that side. So now we do have our new shimmer brushes. Oh, I don't have my blue one. But I also have, I think I better just leave it alone. All right, let's do our happy birthday. Hey, you know that piece that I threw away? Yeah, I'm probably going to need it. I think I can use this edge. Secret C is very, very, very close to the blacks, Memento, and our new hybrid. And this happy birthday is a real dainty. So I think what I'll do, instead of using the label, I'm just going to cut it with my trimmer. Get off. It's probably 1/4 of an inch wide. And I think I will angle my ends. Angle that one. You know, then if you want the same angle, you can take the piece that you just cut off and use it as your guide. If you want the same angle, you have to be careful and lay this on there at the same angle. Back you up a little bit. Okay. Kind of close-ish. Let's trim this one off some. Now, we're going to put one end up here on the piece that's been attached on dimensionals. And then I'm going to need kind of an equal depth out here on this other end so it's not just free floating. So sometimes I'll use these edge pieces. And then if we use a glue dot on the end that's going to sit on our label, then it won't go anywhere. So I have a glue dot on one end, it makes it flat, and a dimensional on the other end. And it goes downhill just a little bit, but you have to be pretty quick to see that. So we're going to embellish it with the Moody Palette Glossy Dots. First time I saw these, I was just like, those are so pretty. Use my Picket tool, and I have all of this stuff. I just got started. So I'm calling this the Happy Lovely Birthday Card. It's a happy birthday card, and we're using the Lovely Arrangements bundle. That's how I came up with that. So those are the stamps and the dies. I showed those to you already. And we're using the Lovely Blossoms Designer Series paper. And if you would like these products, see that QR code in the upper right hand corner right there? That'll take you straight to my store. It's actually the Stamping Up My demonstrator page. I'm going to use the lighter blues. Couldn't decide. I was going to use white, but so kind of two different looks here. I like the blue, but I don't really like the blue. So I've got two more to make, and I'll probably do something different. So this one, I had stamped happiest birthday wishes. I didn't forget your birthday. I just wanted to make it last a little longer. That I'm gonna have to look to see which stamp set that was in. It was one of the new ones that came out. I had better clean this because I'm pretty sure I have not. I use a chamois that I put in a stamp case. And let's put our piece out here because I'm going to stamp off like we did on the front. Oops, you can barely see that. Let me see. Ink it up really good because I want to stamp it a lighter version. Yeah. And the blue. This is Secret Sea. Ink up a leaf. You know what? Since this didn't stamp very well, I'm going to cover it up. You kind of never know. Sort of. Don't tell. And then, since this one is stamped second generation, I'll stamp the leaves second generation. Oh, I didn't. Thought I had gotten it in the blue ink. All right. So that is all I have for you. This really simple. When you let the paper do a lot of the work and you just have a sweet little sentiment, you can embellish it however you would like. But this stamp set called Lovely Arrangements has some nice choices. If you don't want the happy birthday, you can do just a note, sending smiles. That's maybe what I'll do. Or even thank you, because there's a nice thank you. And look how it's different fonts. I like that we do that. All righty. That's all I have. I appreciate your time. And if you make this card, just comment and let me know so I can see what you've done. Thanks for watching. Bye.